Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will review the positions in my Roth IRA account as of 24th of March 2023. So let's get right to it. So we are working on this beat SPY strategy. Essentially, I'm trying to generate income from selling covered SPY calls. So I started with 100 shares of SPY. I'm planning to reinvest any dividends. And I keep selling covered calls, one contract at a time. The campaign started on the 31st of January, and the goal is to get additional 6 to 10% in the next 11 months. So let's see if we can do it, and let's see how the account is doing. So until now, until last week, I usually review the positions on Friday. So until last Friday, and we started, by buying the 100 shares of SPY on the 31st of January and sold one covered call, and then the call expired. Then we sold another call with a slightly lower strike price, and then we rolled that into even slightly lower strike price and later expiration. And so finally, last week, I bought to close the call expiring on the 24th of March, which is actually today, and extended it to a call expiring on 31st, and I kept the strike price. So we have this short call expiring a week from now, and the strike price is 407. So again, I need to decide what to do with the options that I have. So the question, as usual, is should I stay or should I roll? So SPY is slightly higher at 396, but I don't. Even though I like to be 2% away from the strike price, 396 plus 8 would be around 404. I really don't want to go below of what I bought SPY for. So that's my concern. And so I'm expecting SPY to go up soon. So this is why my strike prices are slightly higher than the 2%, right? So anyway, so this is the option that we have expiring March 31st, and I may consider rolling it, or I'm considering rolling it into the same strike price expiring 1 week later. And you can see, again, the theta is very similar, kind of essentially very similar to what we saw last week. It's just SPY is higher now. And I think the banking crisis is pretty much over. FDIC took over the failing banks. So sooner or later, the market will go up. So I don't feel like, lowering the strike price for sure. And I actually decided to stay and not to roll the options to the next week because I expect the market to go up, and I want the options to expire before the market reaches the strike price that I have. So I decided to stay and slightly reduce the premium from theta, but make the position safer. So the same thing. So until today, these are all the trades that I made for the SPY shares and the SPY covered calls. And these are the positions. So we have 100 shares of SPY, slightly losing money on that, and we have the covered call. And for this particular call, we already have some profit here, but don't look at that. The more important thing is the aggregated profit from all the covered calls that we sold so far. And Rhythm and SPY are not doing too well, and that's also related to the banking crisis, and I fully expect both Rhythm and Starwood to go up or recover soon. So this is what the market and SPY was doing. You can see slight improvement in the price. This is where we were last week. This week we closed about 1.5% higher, and it seems like we are now starting a new uptrend. So let's see if this continues. We are keeping the strike price of the calls at 407, so no trades this week. And here are the numbers. Again, most important thing is the profit and loss, aggregated profit and loss from the covered calls. So far, we've made about $740, which doesn't sound like much, but it's close to 2% now. And we are not even done with March. So in 2 months, if we can make 2% in 2 months, that would be really awesome, and that would put us well, kind of in a position to meet the goal. And here, I think it's more interesting actually to look at the graphical representation of the data. The yellow is the profit from calls, the covered calls, plus the cash that we get from them. And you can see at the beginning, it wasn't that great, but now we're doing quite well. And SPY, initially it was doing well, but then it dropped, and now it's coming back up again. And hopefully, it will continue slowly turning up. We don't want any sudden moves, but we want SPY to keep going up. Plans for next week? Well, the call expires next week on Friday. So I definitely will have to do something, most likely roll it to later expiration. And depending where SPY is, I might just let it expire. All that's possible. But pretty much just sit on my hands and do nothing. So that's all for this week. If you like the presentation, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel. We have Option School, where I explain more about the time value and time value decay. And there are more Option School presentations coming up. Until next time, happy trading.